Alright, so season 3 of The Mandalorian has finally come to a close. And just a quick disclaimer, this is a spoiler-free video, so if you have not yet watched Mandalorian season 3, you are safe. Not even really going to be getting into spoilers for season 1 and 2. Really just wanted to come in real quick and give my brief thoughts on the newest one. Before I get into any of that, I just wanted to say I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. I haven't watched the Clone Wars series. I've only watched maybe a few episodes. I don't know all the lore. I've seen all the movies at least, not all the shows, not even all the live action shows. Haven't watched Andor yet. I know I need to. It's a great show. If I'm being honest, The Mandalorian is the last Star Wars property I had hope for, the last Star Wars property that was really keeping me into it. And if I'm being honest, I'm a little disappointed with this season here. Now, the overarching story of this season, I think, works really well, especially by the time you get to the finale. I think they wrap it up really well. One of the best Star Wars finales I've seen in any show, and even some of the movies. Those last two episodes, great episodes, love them, absolutely fantastic. The reason to watch this season right here. But it's the 6 episodes before that I'm not the biggest fan of. They're not horrible episodes by any means, but the story overall seems to lack direction for a majority of the season. Instead, they seem so focused on subplots and side characters and side missions and all this other side stuff that it seems like the main story at hand isn't getting as focused on as it should. Which is a complaint I had with the Book of Boba Fett. Anybody who's heard me talk about the Book of Boba Fett knows that I hate that show. The finale of that show, though, was pretty good, like this season of The Mandalorian. Overall, the season wasn't horrible, but again, it lacked direction with the story. They got a little too sidetracked with other things going on in the earlier half of the season, which definitely took a little bit away from what happened in the later half. And that's something I feel not just the Star Wars, but also the Marvel shows on Disney Plus have an issue with. Most of these shows are usually 8 episodes, 40 minutes each. Not a lot of time to tell a whole lot of story. And with a lot of the Marvel shows specifically, they feel a little bit rushed by the end. In the case of this season, it does feel a little rushed, but it also doesn't feel like it needed to be rushed. It felt like they had plenty of time to tell the main story that they were trying to tell. Could have gotten places a lot sooner, but instead they feel the need to have these little one-off adventures, one-off stories with other characters, setting up bigger things for the future, rather than focusing on the story at hand. With all that being said, am I going to watch the next season of The Mandalorian when it comes out? Yeah, probably. But am I going to cover it? I almost didn't even cover this one, so who knows. At this point, I definitely have Star Wars fatigue. I loved it a lot as a kid, but as I've gotten older, the more they've put out, the less I've enjoyed it. They still have their moments, but for the most part, they seem to be beating a bit of a dead horse. It would be nice if they could just take a little break from Star Wars for a while. I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels that way, but I'm also sure that there are other people that feel completely opposite. So without spoiling anything, have you seen season 3 of The Mandalorian? What did you think? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you in the middle? Have you not seen it? Are you planning on watching it anytime soon? Why or why not? Really, any comments you have for me, I'd love hearing from you. I respond to as much as I can. And I know it was a really short video, not much of a review, not doing a ranking or anything like that. Just wanted to come in real quick and give my thoughts. So yeah, there you go. There's my thoughts. But do me a favor and leave a like on this video, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload, and I will see you in the next one.